It was 11 at night on a Tuesday. My pager goes off for a code trauma, which is typically an accident of some sort in which the patient has experienced something awful. I can't do anything for the patient. I'm not a doctor or nurse, nor do I have any medical training. But I'm heading down to the emergency room for someone else, the family. You see, I was the chaplain. In code trauma calls, when the patient comes in with family, there's sadly a high chance that my distinctly non-medical services are going to be needed. I stayed with them for a couple of hours, helping process the information from the staff as it came in. Their loved one was being treated. Their father, their uncle, their grandfather was being treated. It's touch and go, they say. More family arrives, and then those have to adjust to the situation when they arrive. They're going to try emergency surgery, intubation. We have to define terms. We have to talk about what risks are. They have to sign on for procedures to be done, so on and so forth. I have clearance to go into the areas where the family can't, so I do. But the situation isn't looking good, but I can't tell them that. The family are staying positive, and more just arrived, in fact. But one sister lives in Idaho, and she doesn't know what to do. Should she get on the plane now? Or are they looking at having to plan a funeral and her being here with the family longer into the next week, and she can only miss so much work? I go back to the family waiting room, and they ask to pray, so I lead them in prayer. The doctor comes in just as we finish and delivers news they don't want to hear. Their dad, their uncle, their grandfather are still alive, but the possibilities are bleak. The doctor asks them what they want to do. Their mom, aunt, grandmother has been in a nursing home with Alzheimer's for 2 years, so it's up to the family that's here right then and there to make a decision. Some say never give up, do everything. But one son says, yeah, but he told me when his Uncle Jim was up here that he never wanted to be strung along like that. So they finally decide on what to do after some raised voices, tears, and at least one accusation. The next day, Wednesday, I had come off call, so I was going home early, but I stopped by to check on them before I leave. The other sister had arrived. She had come on in from Idaho. She's not happy with how they handled it. Thursday, the man died. Some arguments are forgotten with the family, some not. One brother hasn't been back since the night of the accident, and I hear the siblings complaining that he just didn't want to be around in case he would have to help pay for a funeral. More strife. Sadly, these are not uncommon things. I have literally broken up a fight in an intensive care unit room between family members with their loved one in the bed not 2 feet away. These things are stressful. In situations like these, the world can seem to fall away, and you feel as though you're in some sort of a time warp unless you're setting your day by the visiting hours. You don't know what the weather is outside, and it's easy to forget to eat. That man never thought his family would end up like they were over those 2+ days. They got along at holidays and birthdays, but when you put fear, stress, and uncertainty together, even the best families can end up something like this. If you could guarantee your family would not have a chance to experience what this family did, is that something you would want to do? If you could bless your family now with taking care of those details so that they didn't have to in those moments, if it were to happen that way, would you do it? Regardless of what your wishes are, your family will be so much better off being certain. It's easier to take care of this than you think. I will guide you through all of it. Click the link or email me to get these details taken care of and have the peace of mind knowing that you have taken care of them then, just like you always have. I'll talk to you soon.